Man, I'm glad we could do this, man, because yesterday it was spotty, bro. It was spotty.
Was it?
Yeah, man. I was working out and all the lights cut off. I'm like,
Shit.
damn. I know I paid the bill, you know what I'm saying? But shit. But we here.
I'm glad we got it in, man.
Man, listen, for sure.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to a True Underground Story podcast presented by Overlooked Artist Hosting. I'm the host, Timmy Burner, and today I'm with young Reese Dude. And this is a snippet off his song Smoking Aces off his newest project, Cloth Talk.
Little niggas camping, but it's my duty to see the mission. This little Uzi put a stone in your head. Just peep the vision, won't be reconditioned. Bet I snap through every gauntlet given. Shit hurt when the money not flowing, but the faucet dripping, no machines. Yeah, we count it by hands when the dollar's missing. Gotta work the middle, learn to perfect your slot position. Quarter pound, half a pound, vacuum seal without a sound. Got me thinking of that highway trip that we got turned around. Trying to be like Pops, in reality I'm moving foul. Flagrant shit got addressed, yeah I had to switch the style. Froze up the back from NY, mind in the stasis. Got back to fundamentals, jokers know I'm smoking aces.
Alright, that was a snippet off Smoking Aces by young Reese Dude.
I talk different.
Alright, so tell the people a bit about yourself, Reese, where you're from.
Man, I am born and bred in Dayton, Ohio. Lived there for most of my life. I'm currently residing in Columbus, Ohio. Big Buckeye, so that's just pretty much, like a little bit of everywhere, you know what I'm saying? I've been a little bit of everywhere, but Dayton's home,
I feel that. So what was your childhood like for you growing up in Dayton?
Dayton is a loving but also wild place. Like it seems so small. Well, it is so small, but it seems so big, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like with Dayton, like like it. A lot of people that live in Dayton kind of have a big city mentality, but we really not that big of a city. But we get busy. We get busy musically. A lot of great sports players that came out there. RP, Adrian Payne, we just lost him. But guys like Daquan Cook, Norris Cole, Chris Wright, and a bunch of others. Overly talented. It's a lot of talent in Dayton. We just so small that a lot of people overlook us. But when I tell you a lot of people in Dayton, are probably more talented than a lot of places I've been. And I mean that with no disrespect, but I mean it disrespectfully. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So we just waiting for the light to shine on us.
Yeah, I agree. Dayton is kind of slept on when it comes to talent. There's a lot of artists coming out of Dayton that are heavily slept on in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And athletically, like you were bringing up with Norris Cole and Adrian Payne. Just a lot of talent in the city that kind of gets foreshadowed because of it being a smaller city.
Yeah. And when you hear Ohio, you really don't think of it don't sound glamorous. Ohio, a lot of people think Ohio is just farmland.
Yeah.
But I'm from the pits of the streets, and it definitely ain't no farmland in Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah, no, there's
definitely ain't no farmland. Not at all. So, we get it out the mud and off the muscle. You know what I'm saying? With the hustle, like, man, I rhyme all the time, man.
How long you been making music now, Reese?
Oh shit, that's a good question. Man, at least I know for sure I got a little over a decade in it. Seriously, over a decade seriously in it. Where I was trying to make something out of it, over a decade for sure. I can't give you a pinpoint year, but I know
No, you're
for
good.
sure.
Ballpark answer. I mean, when you've done it for over a decade, you kind of lose grip of when it exactly was.
It's at least a sixth grader. It's at least the age of a sixth grader or a seventh grader.
How did you come about using your stage name, Young Reese Dude?
So, my last name is Reese. I had a couple partners. I used to be called Young. My name used to be Young Reese the Natural. My uncle gave me that name, and my partner Q Stone, RP Q Stone, he used to call me Reese the Dude, like Reese, and then like we went to high school together. He used to yell down the hallway, Reese Dude. So when Q passed away, I kind of shifted from just Young Reese to Young Reese Dude, and at the time when I really tried to make was really like, all right, I'm gonna make music. Chief Keef and them was popping, so Lil Reese was doing his thing too. So at that point I can't be. It's the Lil Reese and the Young Reese thing was kind of doing this, going back and forth. So I just had to I had to figure out something. So I went with something that was close to heart.
No, I mean that makes sense. Yeah, it was probably a smart decision, just because that would have caused confusion for a lot of people, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And it gave me my own like 3-digit moniker, like YRD. You know what I'm saying? So like I appreciate like people sticking with it, like people loving Young Reese Dude.
What made you want to pursue making music?
My father actually raps, or he did. My father actually raps. He had my dad is nice. He don't do it often no more. He'll call me every once in a while, like, man, I thought of a line. But yeah, my pops was nice. Him and my uncle had a group together, and they had a chance to actually do something with it. And my uncle got locked up, couldn't stay away from the streets and shit. So I was inspired by that, and then like what actually really, really made me want to become a rapper was Jay-Z, the Blueprint one.
That's
so yeah, that inspired me to be like, oh yeah, this is what I really want to do.
Has your dad ever done a track with you that's been out?
Man, so listen, it's crazy. Like, man, I got stories for days. So like, my first mixtape was actually called Young Reese the Natural. It wasn't mixed or anything. We did it at Mo Beats Studio though, RP Mo Beats, and man, we had about 2 or 3 songs together. Man, that was like 2009 maybe 2010. Like I was really
long time.
Yeah, like I was at that time. Like I was in love with like punchlines and shit like that. So I was like punchline crazy. Everything sounded like battle raps, you know what I'm saying? So, and man, I if anybody got Young Reese the Natural mixtape, please send it to me. I can't find it, don't have a copy, so I would love to have that. But yeah, we got a couple together, man. I just would love it just for the, just to have it for me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What was some of the music you kind of grew up listening to, whether it was just by your choice or something your parents had you listening to?
Man, so like in my parents' house, my dad was like a big West Coast guy. So like, Ice Cube, NWA, Dub C, Mac 10, West Side Connection, of course Tupac, Snoop. Let me see. Damn, let me think. Spice One, just we was heavy on West Coast, and my mom and dad's house. At my cousin's house, she was on like that Southern shit, like Master P, the Ghetto Dopes, and even when Cash Money came later, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, people don't actually notice. Like my two first favorite rappers was Warren G, because my father loved West Coast, and Silk the Shocker. And
Shit, that's a name I ain't never heard, to be honest.
Man, listen, and like that lets you know, like it was just what I was listening to all the time. Cause now when I look, like, why the fuck was I a fan of Silk the Shocker, bro? Like,
I can relate to that.
Like, why the fuck was I a fan of that, man? And so, man, but, I learned, I didn't really become an East Coast fan of music until I got to high school, which is crazy because my style is like East Coast centered, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's very Biggie-esque in my opinion.
Yes, yeah. So, like, of course we listened to Big because he was one of the biggest artists, but, like, man, I didn't, like, really listen to, like, Wu-Tang, Hove, like the Diplomats was big when I got to high school. I didn't listen to none of that until I got to high school, man. Like other than Big, like I really was not a West Coast guy. I was not an East Coast guy. I was a West Coast guy because that's what I grew up around. Man, Lito's silly, man. But yeah, man. So like it's crazy how that's where my flow went to. Like my style, the way I write songs and everything end up going there. Or like for real, like Regulator was the first song I ever learned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I still think that's so crazy to me, man.
Regulator.
Mount up.
That song's fucking fire to this day, man.
Man, to this day, man.
So I'm going to do a quick segment here called Hit or Miss with you.
Okay.
I'll present some albums that have released within the last year.
Okay.
And you'll tell me if they were a hit or a miss to you.
Okay.
If you didn't listen, you can just say pass.
Okay.
So we got 2 Chainz, Dope Don't Sell Itself.
I was in the middle on that one. I can't say hit or miss on that. Because I like Chainz, but certain songs. So I'm gonna do this thing. One of those things.
Yeah,
I was teetering.
Larry June and Jay Worthy's 2 Peas in a Pod.
Yeah, hit for sure.
All right. And we got Lotto's 777.
Hit. I love that CD, man. As crazy as it sounds,
It goes hard, man.
Lotto is low key fucking nice, bro.
Yeah,
like,
she's probably one of my favorite female MCs out right now.
Lotto can rap her ass off, so I'm gonna go with hit on Lotto.
We got Pusha T's It's Almost Dry.
Hit, and even more. I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion. I think it's better than Daytona.
I ain't got all the way through It's Almost Dry, but Daytona's a pretty high standard.
Yeah, I think it's better than Daytona. I honestly do.
We got Drake's Certified Lover Boy.
Miss.
Miss. See, what I do is I set those 2 up side by side on my list. That way it's following up.
Yeah. You dirty for that, man. You dirty for
that. We got Benny the Butcher's Tana Talk 4.
Hit.
Summer Walker, Still Over It.
Hit. I still listen to that shit now.
She's
my shit. I be singing Summer Walker like whoever she's singing about her.
She's fire. And then we got Florarian 2 by Wale.
I like Wale, and I'm gonna pass on that one because I don't remember it much. So I'm not gonna say miss just because for me to be a miss, I gotta at least remember why I don't like the songs.
Right.
So I'm gonna just pass on that one just to be safe.
All right. Who would you say is probably your favorite artist at the moment?
At the moment? Oh, that's a good one. Well, Kendrick just dropped.
Yeah.
That's kind of cheating though. But
yeah.
I got 2. It's Ransom, and 42. I'm not 42. The ESTG.
ESTG.
Ransom and ESTG. That way I get a mixture of my lyrics and a mixture of my ratchet shit too.
I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. So, what did your friends and family think when you told them that you was gonna start pursuing music?
So my family has always been supportive. Most of my friends are supportive too. Everybody's not built to have a dream. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not built to believe in a dream either. So you start to see because even an overnight success takes 10 to 15 years. You know what I'm saying? So you start to see, like when you're not an overnight success, how many people leave, how many people don't stick around, and everybody's gung ho and behind you at first. That's why I end up learning to do a lot of things by myself, because a lot of guys that said they was on my team, they banged out because it ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? It ain't easy. So, but for the most part, everybody is supportive and was supportive.
Well, that's good. I always say it's nice to have a good supporting cast, especially when it's family.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
What do they think of your music?
Man, my dad is probably my biggest fan. My mom calls like, "You sent your dad a song, didn't you?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, why?" She like, "Cause he ain't stopped playing it since you sent it." And man, like my mom, she's more in the church now, so like she loves it, but she hates that I curse. You know what I'm saying? She hate, and then like I tell the truth in my music, so like she hates that I talk about like past things that I did that I shouldn't have been doing that she might
like
not
street
think
shit.
about. Oh yeah, she hate when I talk about that street shit. She's not, you know. But like man, I try to send, like I got my big homie Black Dollar. I try to send him music, and I got partners that I send music just so I can get like real opinions on. I don't want no yes man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you want somebody that's gonna give you actual feedback.
Yeah. I know this shit ain't for the weak. You know what I'm saying? So, I try to send music out to people that I know gonna stick around, and they listen to it and they try to understand the vision with me. And even if they don't get it, you know what I'm saying, they'll tell me just lyrically where I'm at. And so for the most part, I don't think I've, like, at least in the last, because I've been on a nice little run this year. I ain't gonna even bicker with you. So I haven't had anybody like say that they disliked anything. You know what I'm saying? Maybe tweak a few things here and there, but everything for the most part has been all fire emojis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, Cloth Talk's fucking fire, man.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, bro.
What artist would you say kind of like influenced your style the most?
Definitely Hove. Definitely Hove. I get Biggie a lot too. Also a little bit of Raekwon. So it's kind of like a mixture of those three. But probably Jay the most. I could probably rap the Blueprint, Reasonable Doubt, frontwards and backwards.
Yeah, I could see that with the way your style and delivery matches with a lot of just East Coast rappers in general. The way your style, anyway. Who are some artists you currently have in your rotation, whether they're underground artists or mainstream?
So as I said, Ransom, ESTG, 38 Special, Benny, Conway, pretty much all of Griselda. That whole wave that they got over there is fire. ESTG, 42 Doug. Let me see who else. Of course Kendrick just dropped, so Kendrick. Cole is still in my rotation. P the Prophet. Shout out to my brother P. We still waiting on SGB to drop whenever he decides to drop.
He just announced he was dropping, I think, next month.
Yeah, but usually Sleeko's in there. C Money. Let me see who. I feel like I'm missing some people. Man, I got so much because I got like this giant playlist that I just shuffle.
Yeah.
I got so much. So if I didn't mention you, I promise you, like if I tell you I listen to your music, I actually do listen to your music. I'm not going to bullshit you. I give everybody one listen, and if it's fire, I keep it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So like anybody that ever sends me something, be like, "Yo, check this out." I'm not going to be the dude to say, "All right, I liked it," if I didn't really listen to it. I'm actually going to listen to it.
That's respectable. I think it's nice to have like artists that'll take the time to listen to another artist's work to kind of give them like that feedback from like, artist to artist perspective.
And the way I look at it is, bro, like we artists, so you know what I'm saying? Everybody is sensitive about their shit. So, like I'm not gonna send nobody out nothing and not expect any feedback back. You know what I'm saying? So why would I do that to someone else? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So like I said, if you send me music, I check it out. I promise.
If money wasn't like a problem, who is an artist that you would really like to like work with, like get a feature from?
Ooh. See, Jig ain't doing features though. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
I can't do that. Probably Cole. Kendrick will probably be somebody hard to get in contact with too. I would probably look more for producers. Like I would like to do a project with The Alchemist.
Oh yeah, I think you guys would make some bangers, man.
I would like to do a project. 38 Special produces. I would like to do a project with 38 Special. I would like to do a project with Hit Boy.
Hit Boy is probably one of my favorite producers next to Kanye.
Yeah, so that Esco, if Nas is up to it, Nas, yo, if anybody knows Nas, tell Nas Reese Dude wants to do a record with him. Nas, Push, guys that I consider like with elite pens. So like I said, Griselda and them. So, cause that's my goal. Like anytime I've ever jumped on a record, my goal was to always use my pen. You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna see who penned the mightiest, and it's all out of love. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no hate and shit. But like my plan is to walk out on top. So even if I do a record with Esco, my plan is to walk out on top. But that's still Esco though.
What's probably been one of your favorite features that you've personally got to do?
I got to do so. One somebody asked me to do, or one that I actually.
Yeah, like a feature you've done for another artist.
Let me see. P's No More Mr. Nice Guy. P's the Prophet.
No more, hard, man.
No More Mr. Nice Guy. That was the video was cool. All that shit was dope. I did a song with my boy Murder Shiest out of Dayton. He I did a feature with him. That one was a fun one. Man, I just did two also. I did one for a guy out in Michigan. And man, he challenged me because the type, it was what we was talking about. That one was fun. I pretty much have fun because I try not to pick shit that I'm not, like I don't like the styles don't even matter. If our styles are different, that's cool. But if I try to pick shit that I know I'm gonna enjoy doing. So if you ever send me a feature and I got back to you, if I didn't, it wasn't on purpose. But if I got back to you, I enjoyed every single one. But my favorite is probably the one with Murder Shiest and the one with Peter Prophet.
What's probably one of your favorite features that you've gotten today?
Loaded Lux. Loaded Lux. On Cruising 2, we did a song called Black Menace. And that's when I decided, like, I just wanted to it's that ego thing, like Loaded Lux has one of the best pens in rap, in hip hop. Even though he's considered a battle rapper, Loaded Lux has one of the best pens. So the fact that I was able to spar lyrically with Loaded Lux on a record was probably my favorite one.
Would you say you're a fan of battle rap?
Oh yeah, for sure.
What do you think about Crooked I announcing that he was gonna start doing battle raps?
What? When did he say that? I don't be on the internet as often, man. Like I be here, but
it was about 2 weeks ago, I want to say. He was on No Jumper with somebody. Hold on, I'll look it up while we're doing this.
That would be crazy. I would look, as Crooked and them though, they've been connected to battle rap for a little while. And they did the whole total slaughter thing and everything. So I'm not shocked. You know what I'm saying? But man, that would be. I would enjoy seeing Crooked jump in the ring.
Yeah,
as long as
Crooked I went on No Jumper with Disaster and announced that they were gonna do a battle rap against each other.
I'm not that big of a fan of Disaster, but that's just a preference thing.
Right.
But
yeah.
I would love to see I would love to see Crooked jump in the ring. I just I got a lot of respect for Crooked. So, and his pen is crazy.
Oh yeah.
I will say King Los jumped over there.
He's done hella good over there,
and he's done his thing. The only issue is a lot of those artists have issues translating to the performance part of battle rap. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, as I think, I watched like their King Crooked and Joel's little like mini doc they did before they did that Death of Slaughterhouse project. I don't
Yeah.
remember if that's exactly what it was called, but
I think Death of Slaughterhouse, I think is
Death
what it was.
Death was, yeah. So like if he can translate his personality to the crowd with the bars, he'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah, I had listened to that interview, and they had brought up how Joe Budden a year or two ago had done a battle rap, and I think it was against Disaster even, and he said Joe had some good bars. Like he made a Blanca Street Fighter reference during it.
Yeah.
That was pretty fire. But Joe kind of struggled after that to be able to like memorizing the bars he needed to use.
Yeah. And like, you know, rappers like now when you have studios so accessible to you, like I remember we would memorize everything. Now you got these computers in your pocket to where you can you pretty much don't gotta memorize anything. You know, so I could see that. I could see him having a problem with being able to memorize raps and stuff.
Yeah.
So that to me, that's once you got all your verses memorized, that's half the battle, bro. That's half the battle. Once you got your verses, and then it's all about how you present it. You know what I'm saying? It's how so. I hope Crooked does good. I really do hope Crooked does good.
I have a lot of respect for Crooked Eye. I feel like he kind of got slept on for a while, and it's nice to see people finally giving him his flowers.
Right.
So, along with, because you had brought up Loaded Lux earlier, you also have gotten features from Mickey Factz.
Yeah,
that's pretty insane.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Another insane pen.
He's a good dude too, man. He like one thing about Mickey. I think one thing that drew me to Mickey was the fact that no pun intended, was the fact that Mickey is an artist that actually responds to people on the internet. Like you could ask Mickey a question, you can ask Mickey for advice, and man, he responds back to you. He'll listen to your shit and everything.
That's pretty dope.
And so I think that's kind of where I got the mentality of checking everybody out. You know what I'm saying? So and like man, like when I decided to get Mickey on Cloth Talk, because he was also on Cruising too.
Yeah.
I decided to get Mickey on Cloth Talk, and I'm like, yo, I don't know if you remember me. We did a record. He verbatim said his verse. Like, yeah, I remember that. The confetti joint. So and so I appreciate him for that. So shout out to Mickey Factz, man. And I think he's doing he's either doing a master class or he's like doing like a art of hip hop or art of like rhyming type class at a college now too.
Oh, so, that's pretty slick.
Yeah, so shout out to Mickey Factz, man.
Yeah, that's fucking dope and commendable, especially if he's able to like remember even doing a feature from, because Cruising 2 is 2018, I believe.
Yeah.
This is a rank these albums game.
Oh Lord.
I had you send me some artists. You know the thing. It's not ranking them from worst to best. It's your favorite to your least favorite project. I don't have people do best to worst because that just makes things sloppy and people say shit and motherfuckers run with it.
Yeah, I probably would have cut the phone off. I ain't gonna even lie to
you. So we're gonna start with Currency.
Got you.
So we've got, you'll rank them from your favorite to your least favorite. We've got Pilot Talk 1, 2, and 3, Weekend at Bernie's, The Stoned Immaculate, and Canal Street Confidential. Sorry.
God. Okay. Pilot Talk 2 is my favorite. I know that for sure. I'm gonna go with The Stoned Immaculate second. Pilot Talk 1 third. Pilot Talk 3 is 4, and then them last 2 are interchangeable. Yeah, but I love them all. But yeah.
Then we'll move on to Benny the Butcher. I just did. It's only 3 albums. We've got Tana Talk 3, Burden of Proof, and Tana Talk 4.
Burden of Proof first as my favorite. I'm gonna go Tenor Talk 3 second because I know more of those songs. To me, Burden of Proof was probably him and Hit Boy created something special, in my opinion. Tenor Talk 3 was just that grimy hip hop. I think he got a record on there called Joe Pesci 38, if I'm not mistaken. Then he got 97 Hove on Tenor Talk 3. Oh my God. Oh yeah. So Tenor Talk 3 is second. Tenor Talk 4 would be last.
All right. You gave me a lot of artists that had big discographies, by the way.
Man, listen, I think that's probably why I try to stretch mine, like do as much music as I can, because when these artists leave this world, if you don't got nothing, you got all the music that they left you. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That is true. So next we got Ransom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna select 5 random ones out of all of them.
Yeah.
We'll start with The Proposal, The History of Violence, Greatest Rapper Alive, Soul Killer, 7, and No Rest for the Wicked.
All right, so No Rest for the Wicked first. 7 is second. Greatest Rapper Alive third. Violence fourth, and the other one last.
The Proposal?
The Proposal last. But The Proposal is fucking nuts. Every single record that dude can rap his ass off.
Here's what we'll do, because I think I have like 4 more. I'll have you rank these 4 too. We got Soul Killer, Director's Cut Scene 3, Crime Scenes, Heavy as the Head, and Coupe de Grace. Or Graal. I don't know how he wanted it pronounced on that album.
Director's Cut 3. Crime Scenes would be last. Crime Scenes would be last. Ooh. Coupe de Grace would be second to last. And what's the name would be right after Director's Cut?
Heavy as the Head or Soul Killer?
Heavy as the Head would be right after Director's Cut, and Soul Killer would be third.
All right.
Yep.
Moving on, we got Kanye West.
That was tough, bro. Damn, Burner, that was tough.
Moving on to Kanye West. We've got The College Dropout, Late Registration.
Okay.
Graduation.
Okay.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Damn.
And Donda.
Graduation is first. For me, at least. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, or My Dark Twisted, whatever it is.
Yeah, long ass title.
Yeah, that's second. That college dropout and that late registration. Can I tie them at 3?
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's tie them at 3, and then Donda, because I still haven't got all the way through Donda. Somebody told me, my cousin actually told me to go back and listen to Donda again. And he said, man, it's a lot better than I gave it credit for the first time go around. So I haven't got all the way through Donda yet. So yeah.
And then lastly,
here you go.
Got Jay-Z.
Here you go.
So I'm doing Jay-Z in a separate way. Because he has so many different volume type albums.
Yeah.
I'm going to have you do all of his Sean Carter volumes first. So you got volume 1, 2, and 3.
3 is the best. I actually like 1 better than 2.
I'm a big fan of 2, man. Just that Hard Knock Life hit different.
Man, that, and he got Coming to Age 2 on that one. Damn, and it was all good just a week ago. But I really love Sunshine, A Million and One, Imaginary Players. Shit. Let's go 3, and then I'm going to go 3, 1, 2, but it could change. It's interchangeable.
All right.
Damn, bro.
Then we've got his Blueprint series.
Oh, that's in order. That's in order the way it is. 1, 2, then 3. You don't even got to ask me, yo.
I can feel that. I know a lot of people weren't that big on the Blueprint 3. I liked it because I felt like that was Jay-Z kind of trying to pass the torch to J. Cole and giving props to other artists on that one. But
I
Blueprint,
actually like the Blueprint 3 too. I went to go see him in concert when he first dropped the Blueprint 3. So yeah, man, I thought the Blueprint 3 was a dope album. It's just the two. First of all, 2 has so much music.
it does.
You could make 3 albums out of 2 and still get 3 dope albums. But 1 is just every fucking song is amazing. Even the bonus tracks are fucking amazing on 1. So yeah.
All right, now we'll do his ones that aren't in a series. We've got debut album, Reasonable Doubt, the Black Album. Oh, sorry, the Dynasty, then the Black Album, Kingdom Come, American Gangster, Magna Carta, and 444.
Shit. Man, can I walk away? Can I walk away? Let's see. Reasonable Doubt for sure first. Black Album second. 444 third. American Gangster fourth. The Dynasty, Magna Carta, then Kingdom Come. But I really love Kingdom Come, bro. I don't think it wasn't strong enough to be better than Magna Carta.
No, I think Magna Carta, he was kind of in a different bag too. Cause
I think Magna Carta was the start of the 444 Jay-Z.
Yeah.
It was just foreign to people. It was just foreign to people, but yeah, for sure.
Who would you say is an artist that you don't think gets enough credit or is like kind of slept on in the mainstream industry? Because there's a lot of artists that kind of get slept on, like we were talking about with Crooked Eye and all those guys. They kind of get swept under the rug because they're not radio hit artists.
Wale is one of them. I think Wale is a phenomenal lyricist. He can be a little emotional sometimes, so I think that kind of is knock on him. Sci-Hi the Prince is another one from Good Music.
Yeah, Sci-Hi definitely got slept on. I think Kanye kind of did him dirty.
Yeah, Sci-Hi is he's actually getting ready to drop another project. Sci-Hi
is he?
dope. Yeah. Let's see. Who else? Somebody I think is slept on. Dave East. I think Dave East is somebody that he gets love, but for real, he's dope. Dave East is dope. Yes. They should be talking about Dave East a little more.
I agree with that.
Them is 3 I could think right off top.
What would you say has probably been the most rewarding thing for you as an artist?
The love from like some of my hip hop peers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always tell people the love overpowers the hate. And so like, especially like hip hop guys who have been doing music for a while, or even guys who are at a higher level than, you know, like far as industry level, like Sauce Money that was on Jay-Z's first couple albums told me my shit was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
That's
know,
so,
yeah, so like guys like Mickey Factz saying I'm dope. You know, man, so I think, cause you know, I mean, we all are in it because we love it, of course. Most of us love it, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody's not just in it for the money. Of course, we would love to take care of our families with this shit. You know, you want to be liked. You don't want to do the shit and everybody hates you. You know what I'm saying? You want to be liked. You want to get your flowers. So, when I feel like Cloth Talk kind of, I got a little momentum and it's, you know, I'm getting some love thrown at me, man. Now I'm kind of not used to it, man. I'm such a humble guy, man. I'm not used to it, so. You know,
it's well deserved, brother.
I appreciate that shit, man.
That album's hard. I've been a fan of your work since I got put onto it by P. You're an amazing artist. You're a great lyricist. What would you say has probably been the hardest thing for you as an artist?
Just growing a fan base, growing as a person, balancing the music and personal life. You know, I kind of like to think of myself as a superhero. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and the music shit is who I am, but sometimes my personal life is like a secret identity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, So I try to cut it off, but just balancing that, and just like I said, just continuing to grow fan bases and get the music out. Like I said, Dayton has been slept on for years, bro. So it's it's when you tell a motherfucker like, yo, you from Ohio, a lot of them don't really believe that artists this dope can be from Ohio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that has been the toughest part for me. And the fact that the music business has changed to where you don't have to be as talented as you used to be, as you used
Yeah.
to.
No,
So
I feel that.
so like they're not a lot of execs and people who would invest aren't looking for guys with talent. They're just looking for, are you marketable? It don't matter if what the fuck comes out of your mouth. It's just, are you marketable? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, it's more of the business aspect than the talent aspect.
right.
How many music videos have you got to do?
Oh shit. Man, I've been doing music videos since the flip cameras, bro. Like, you remember the flip cameras with the
Yeah.
USB joints, man? So I probably got shit. I haven't done none recently, but I off Cloth Talk I haven't done any yet. I need to do some. Just life has been kind of wild, but I would say I got about maybe 20 to 25 in the game.
It's a lot.
I believe so.
Work.
Yeah, man. So I believe so. Just I got to go back and look, but I know I'm in the double digits for sure, and I know I think I'm close to 20, if not 25, though.
We kind of touched base about how your style is kind of East Coast influenced. If you went to talk to somebody out in public that didn't know you, how would you describe your music to them to give them a good idea of whether they should try and check you out or not?
It's a perfect balance of street and conscious meet each other, because I talk about a lot of street shit, but I talk about the realities of it. So things that you have to be aware of, that a lot of people aren't. Everything isn't about diamond chains and nice wristwatches and pinky rings and shit like that. Like people get indicted, people get killed, mothers cry because they never get to see their son again. You end up on T-shirts. Your kids don't really know who their daddy really is, because their daddy act like this person in this, at home, but in the streets he's a stone cold killer. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
my goal has always been just to shine light on those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not glorifying the streets or the game by any means, but it happens. It's here. You know what I'm saying? It's here. And everybody can rap about the streets, but everybody's experiences is different. Everybody wasn't kingpins. Everybody ain't petty hustlers. Everybody ain't killers. Everybody ain't never shot a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just have happened to been places and seen things and, done some things that I'm able to recall, So like I say, I try to marriage those perfectly, like the human aspect of being a part of the streets, being, like I said, being aware and conscious of what's going on, plus giving game in the same sense.
I like the way how you said that. It's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Kind of also shows like your growth from what you experienced and how you're trying to promote it in a more positive way of like, I got out of it, you can get out of it.
Facts.
So our last little game here, I've got called This or That.
Every game you've given me, bro, has not been easy.
This is This or That. I'll present two options to you. You'll tell me who you'd rather ride around listening to.
Okay, let's do this.
All right, you got G-Unit or Slaughterhouse?
Damn. G-Unit.
G-Unit?
Yeah.
Cardi B or Nicki Minaj?
Do I get to pick which Nicki?
Yeah, if you want to say like 08 Nicki, that's fine.
Oh yeah, mixtape Nicki was crazy. Give me her.
Kevin Gates or Joyner Lucas?
Kevin Gates.
Lupe Fiasco or Wale?
Wale. Lupe get too wild sometimes. Lupe dope as fuck, but sometimes he be too out here.
I'm gonna give you Lupe again or Royce the 5'9", just because they had that little beef not too long ago.
Give me Royce.
Royce.
And I think like I love Lupe, but I think song making. We know Wale has made hits.
Yeah.
I think Royce is a better song maker than
Yeah.
Lupe, just in my opinion. So
I agree with that. That's a fair assumption.
Give me Royce.
Wiz Khalifa or Young Thug?
Wiz. At one point, bro, I thought I was Wiz in Currency, bro. That's why Currency is one of my favorite rappers. Like I thought I rapped like that and everything, bro. So yeah, give me Wiz.
Tory Lanez or Chris Brown?
Give me Chris just because he got the more extensive this catalog discography.
Bruno Mars or The Weeknd?
Bruno.
Erykah Badu or Lauryn Hill?
You asshole. Erykah because the catalog is longer. Well, boy,
I feel that.
I could listen to Nothing Even Matters at All with her and D'Angelo like 100 times back to back. So with Lauryn Hill and D'Angelo, but give me Erykah just because I would get more out of Erykah.
We got Stevie Wonder or Michael Jackson?
Oh God!
I gotta put hits against hits, man.
I thought I was a walking bucket. Damn. Stevie got superstition. Listen, I'm gonna pick Stevie, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Ribbon in the Sky was part of our wedding, so I'm gonna go with Stevie out of respect for wifey.
I got that.
But god damn, Mike! Oh Lord. Yeah.
Music Soul Child or Drew Hill?
Music Soul Child.
DMX or Ja Rule?
DMX. Not even close.
I don't know, and this ain't even a total knock on Ja Rule, but just his sound was like a watered down DMX sound.
That might have been the easiest one you gave me.
I've seen a couple get tripped up by it.
Really?
I've had some people go with Ja Rule just because they like the hits that he had. They're more cruisable.
He does have hits, but X will have you. I don't know. X will have you looking crazy in that. Yeah.
Jay-Z or Nas?
Oh.
Tupac or Biggie?
I'm gonna go with Pac because he had more albums.
It's fair.
I'm gonna go with Pac because he had more albums. Yeah.
Keith Sweat or Luther Vandross?
Luther.
Nipsey Hussle or Young Dolph?
Nip.
Yeah. All right. Look, you're out the clear. All the games are done.
You, man, yo. Damn.
Hey, I was just telling P today when I was talking to him that I want to make more content, so I might start doing this thing like once a week with like music trivia type shit over live.
Man, let's do it, bro. I'm with it, bro. You know, I'm only one hit away.
So what would you say?
You a jerk, though. But I'm with it.
What would you say is probably your definition of making it? Because everyone has like their own opinion of what making it is. What's making it to you?
Just being able to take care of my family and not want for anything. I don't need to be like the Drakes or like that. I am okay with living like Currency. You know what I'm saying? I am like not okay. That's what I want. I want to be able to where my fans still love me and I could still pop out and go places. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind being an underground king that could take care of his family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I want. I don't want, life is like, but I do believe chase your dreams, bro. Chase your dreams because life is too short to let someone pay you yearly to give up on your dreams. You know what I'm saying? So like, I believe like if you believe you can make it happen, what they used to say when we was in school, if you believe you can achieve,
yeah,
I agree with that shit. It may not, like they tell you work hard and you'll reap the benefits. They just don't tell you when. You know what I'm saying? So just remember that it's in the words of Nip, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm, I just want to be comfortable, man. I just want to be comfortable and be able to take care of my peoples.
That's respect, man. So my last question before we discuss your discography is, what is some change you want to see in your community?
I want to go back to like where the kids were able to go outside with no problems, man. Like I want to go back to the community centers, the Boys and Girls Club, the Urban League, the things like that, man, where you can go places, you know what I'm saying? You don't got to stand on corners and, like, do you remember being a kid, man, and you found your friends because all their bikes was at somebody's house?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want, so like safety and comfort to where you can leave, you can send your kids outside and they not come back into the street lights and not worry about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that.
I would love for something like that to come back, man.
Let kids be kids again.
That's it, man.
Switch over to talking about your discography. We'll start with your first album that's on Spotify. I'm sure you had other releases, but that's Cruisin' 2.
Yes.
What was your creative process for making Cruisin' 2?
So Cruisin' 2 was originally supposed to drop in 2015. I had some, just some life issues, things kind of piled up on me. I get management, and he's like, "Yo, you can't sit on Cruisin', bro. The shit is fire." So, but Cruisin' it was my first time, because before then I was like super mixtape. Like, excuse me, I wanted to do what Wayne was doing, rap on everybody's tracks, kill they shit, come up with song ideas that everybody track. Cruisin' 2 was the first project I was like, we're going to take, I think it was like 90%, if I'm not mistaken, 95% was original music. We're going to take original tracks and we're going to make a project. So it was just trying to learn how to transition from, I'm getting hell in my text messages because I picked Stevie over Mike. It's sentimental reasons, man. I just wanted to transition the show. I was more of an artist, you know what I'm saying, versus just a rapper.
Right.
And that was like my first time actually like trying to go for that.
Your next project was Reese, your self-titled album. Mm-hmm. What was the creative process from that? That was actually the first project I heard of yours.
Man, the point of Reese was it was my first project because I ended up putting Cruisin' 2 on streaming platforms late, but Reese was the first project I ever released on streaming platforms. And my goal was to come out the gate just being as personal as possible. So a lot of those records are like really personal on Reese. So like the creative process was, we're going to tap into these emotions and these things that you have had happen in your life, and we're going to make records out of them. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you get records like Role Models, where I talk about, like, the first verse is talking about like how I had a little brother, and man, like because he was from another, a point in my parents' life where they weren't together, I had an issue with that, you know what I'm saying? And then the second verse is about me following around my uncle, knowing I shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Because he was on drugs, and so the first verse, I'm not a role model. In the second verse, he shouldn't be my role model. You know what I'm saying? You get records like Therapy, where I talk about like just breaking down and like going through shit. It was tough, you know what I'm saying? Like, but my grandmother's always said, you're gonna let stress kill you before anybody else is, like you get records like what's the name of that record? You get records like Visionary and Legend, where I talk about
Legend is my favorite off that project.
I talk about my confidence, you know what I'm saying? Just how confident of a person I can be, you know what I'm saying? The last record, the record about addiction, just how different it is to be Black in America and be selling drugs versus, like when the opioid and the heroin epidemic and the fentanyl epidemic hit, you know what I'm saying? It was, we got to save these people. But when Black people were hurting with crack in the 80s, it wasn't the same sentiment. it was crack is whack, lock them all up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you get a glimpse into my head with the Reese EP.
It was a great project too.
Thank you, brother.
Then you released B-Roll, which was with Gringo Math.
Yes.
What was the creative process behind that? Because all of them are freestyles.
Yeah, so like after B-roll comes clips, thus B-roll and clips, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, just some little conceptual shit, you know what I'm saying? The records on B-roll were the records that didn't make clips that I didn't have full ideas for. So that's why they're named. So like when I first started recording for clips, I would record these records and I didn't have a name for them. So they would just be Freestyle 1. That's why they're not like in any order. Like it's like Freestyle 1, Freestyle 3, Freestyle 6. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yep.
Because Freestyle 2 might end up being street dreaming off of clips. You know what I'm saying? And thus, you know what I'm saying? So those freestyles that I didn't fill in became materialized into ideas. And it was the first time me and Gringo Math had worked together. And I had been out of music for a year or two. So I was just trying to get my feet back. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I just wanted to let everybody know I was back, you know.
I wish I could remember which one it is. But one of them, you sampled, I think it's Goodfellas. And that shit's hard, man.
That's the first one. That's Freestyle 1.
Is that Freestyle 1? Yeah, that shit's hard. That shit's hard.
I appreciate that. Goodfellas is one of my favorite movies, by the way.
Oh, that's great. Hey, R.I.P. to Ray Liotta.
Man, I just seen that. Just seen he passed. What was it, today or yesterday?
Today.
Damn, R.I.P. Ray Liotta, man.
Yeah. So next up is clips. What was the process for clips?
So we dropped B-roll. Gringo's like, okay, what's next? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing with these actual records that you have? I took Ron Burgundy. I thought about news clips. I was like, that's why, and I think like on clips, no song is over 2.5 minutes. I think it might be one that's like I think it might be American Nightmare. That might be the longest. That one might be actually a 3-minute joint. But
you have two.
What else is?
It's American Nightmare and Digi-Scale Tales.
Because I got 2 more people on that. That's why.
Yep.
But everything else was supposed to be short and sweet and to the point. So that's why we named it Clips, because it was just like I said. I felt like, yo, I'm back. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not gonna give you all of it just now. We went in, and like I said, I was recording all these freestyles, and that's how I got B-roll. But Clips, we were able to actually put together a project. And, man, I fucking love Ron Burgundy, man. So that's why Ron Burgundy is all over that project. I think the only record, like, that I use a skit on that Ron Burgundy isn't on is American Nightmare.
I'm Ron Burgundy, and this is what...
I was trying to back out, and then it started playing.
See?
I'm pulling up track lists. That way I have a better reference for my brain.
I think American Nightmare is the only one that I put a skit on that isn't Ron Burgundy, because I used the skit from Belly when DMX is talking to the pastor at the end, and and when he goes in to go kill the pastor. So, but you know, because that's what American Nightmare was about. It was a story about a guy who was, you know, I can't follow the American dream. I'm gonna become an American Nightmare. And you know, he talked in the record. He talks about having a conversation with a pastor. You know, and he tells them, like, you know, like, these people don't love us. And the pastor, like, shit, if we got to love us, though. You know, that's, you know, in so many words. So, and I felt it was the exact same vibe. Like, I felt like if we took that conversation between DMX and the pastor, that's what I wanted to come up with American Nightmare. And so, like, yeah. Clips was fun, man. Clips was fun.
Last thing I'll say about Clips is P's verse on Digi-Scale Tales. That's the first time I've heard him do a different type of flow, and I at first didn't realize it was P.
Yeah, he went nuts too. But we always have him, and Chill that's on the record. We always have this argument every time we like all talk about it. Who has the best verse? I still tell them like they ain't seeing me. So, but P did, hey bitch, I'll jump up out the bed and turn my scale on. That he went nuts.
Then you released a project called Excellence of Execution, which was based with a lot of wrestling references.
Yeah.
What was the process behind that?
I'm a huge wrestling fan. And I had, there was going to be a Clips 2, but it got scrapped. I started it, didn't like where it was going, so I scrapped everything. So I'm like, man, what's next? So I'm sitting here and I'm like, man, I ain't did shit. What's next? I need to come out with some more music. And I'm watching a documentary, and fucking Bret Hart is talking in the documentary. And they go to a clip where he says, I'm the excellence of execution. And I was like, ooh, yeah. If I want to be something, when I execute, I want to be the best at it. So,
right.
Excellence of execution, I took Bret Hart's mentality. And just like I said, man, I'm a huge wrestling fan. So I took Bret Hart's mentality and I turned it into a 4-song project. And it was also the first time I hooked up with my guy, Corey Christopher Beats. Shout out to him. He's from Ohio. And I heard one of his beats on his page. And I sent him a message like, yo, we should do an EP together. And he was like, man, pick what you want and we rolling. Let's go. And that's been my guy. That's been my guy since then. We actually talked about maybe doing, because I haven't done a part 2 to anything yet. Other than Cruising 2. Cruising 2 is the only record I've done a part 2 to. So we talked about there may be an Excellence of Execution 2 coming. I don't know. Who knows?
Or even just kind of go down the similar line and choose a different famous quote from a different wrestler. Go something Steve Austin said. Or
it could be. So Corey Christopher, I'm going to tag you in this later, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? We got to get it going.
And then you released your next project, Fine, Forever Is Never Enough.
And yeah, man, I worked with New York Bangers on Cruising 2. He did, I believe he did the joint with me and Loaded Lux, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember for sure because I don't know if I put them in the credits or not. But I know he definitely did a couple joints on Cruising 2. So we email from once in a while, and I sent him something off of Excellence of Execution. I was like, man, what you think of this? And he emailed me back. He fucked with it, and he was like, man, I'm gonna send you something. Sent me a beat, and just like how me and Corey Christopher was, man, that shit was fire. Like, let's do a project. And for those who don't know, New York Bangers that's the same person that produced Ooh for Young M.A.
Oh, okay. See, I was unaware of that. That's dope.
So we did a project, shout out to New York Bangers, and Forever Is Never Enough is kind of a concept in itself because it follows the hustler and understanding that life, no matter how long you do this shit, it's never gonna last forever. Like, even with the way the intro starts, it's kind of like the hustler is reflecting. The intro is the hustler reflecting on the records that are about to come. And on those, he's telling you can't live forever. When you land on your deathbed, that's it. So, Champagne Taste it opens it. I wanted to open it with, of course, the bars are hard hitting, but Champagne Taste was about wanting to have those things. You want to have those things, and then it gets followed by Money Ain't a Thing, and Money Ain't a Thing is now you've obtained them, but you don't know how to act. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On the corner, we made our name, ice in our veins, top down, screaming out money. Also a playoff for the JD and Jay-Z song. You know what I'm saying? Now you balling, you don't have it. And Fine, when of course it's a couple skits in there too. But Fine, the actual Forever Is Never Enough record is reflecting on those last two songs on Champagne Taste. And you understand Forever Is Enough, but Forever Is Never Enough. But you're still gonna hustle. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
can't. It's something you can't shake. And by the time jersey swaps come, now you're ignorant. You don't give a fuck anymore. You're at this point in your life where I don't care who you are. I'm not jersey swapping with you. I don't want to play with you guys. I'm my own team. And you know when drug gang value shows up, now it's you learned that, and you celebrate it. You know what I'm saying? Like I even start the verse, hit a blunt in Puerto Rico, felt like life couldn't get no better. You know what I'm saying? and then towards the end, it's like now your crew crying. It was a party till your roof flying. Them caskets come in a few sizes. You know what I'm saying? So like you went from that to now it's the end of the reflection. Now you getting shook down. You know, and so it started off just me wanting to do records with New York bangers and end up just becoming a conceptual record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You had one feature on there with Rim.
Shout out to Rim. Rim is Sean Price's partner, R.P. Sean P. So and I sent Rim the record, man, and when I tell you I got that record back in like I don't even think it was a full 24 hours, bro. Drug Gang Values, man. Yeah. Shout out to Rim, man. Rim's a dope ass MC too, man. Out of New York. He's a dope ass MC, man. Somebody I definitely want to work with again.
That brings us to your most recent release, Cloth Talk. What was the process behind Cloth Talk?
Cloth Talk was I'm shifting to where I don't like, and I don't know if people understand. It's like I'm a very soulful guy, so I'm shifting to where I am. Like I said, I'm learning to talk about the realities of things, and I feel like those records on Cloth Talk helps the type of production helps you tell those stories, and that Cloth Talk is just the beginning, man. To be honest, Cloth Talk was like me, like okay, I finally have grown up, and this is where we're at, and we're gonna explore this for a little minute. That's not saying we're gonna get a Cloth Talk 2, but you know, we're gonna explore that, and so I did that from, and it was also the first time I felt like the need to be personal again versus the personal issues that I talked about in the Reese EP. I wanted to explain why I'm a certain way and the things I've seen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so Cloth Talk was that. And, you know, I was able to get some really quality features on Cloth Talk. I got Mickey Factz again, like we talked about earlier. I got Jay Skeese, who was signed to Conway's Drumwork label. I was able to get the hoodies on War Ready. You know, Cloth Talk is my baby for real, man. Like I actually sat on Cloth Talk for about a year before I released Cloth Talk. I had Cloth Talk done before I had Fine done.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, Cloth Talk. Yeah, was sitting on it because I wanted to make sure it was right, and it's just fucking crazy that me and Pete end up dropping on the exact same fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't planned.
Hey, that was a great weekend for music for me.
Yeah, and I didn't know C Money was dropping either. That wasn't planned. And Push dropped that weekend, too. It almost dry dropped that same weekend also. Like, none of that was planned, man. It was God's plan, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But, I was ready to let Cloth Talk is near and dear to me, so it was kind of hard to let it go. And I was ready to let it go, so... Man, it did pretty good, man. I got a lot of love off Cloth Talk.
I have 2 questions about it.
Yeah.
Now, I can't remember off the top of my head. Is Mickey Factz on this album too?
Yes, he's on Living.
Living. Okay. I thought I saw his name, but I wasn't sure. Then my other question is about the album cover in itself.
Yes.
What is the album cover? Because it's a picture of 4 people, and then 2 of them got X's through their eyes.
Yeah, so guys on Cloth Talk was guys that I grew up with, and we did some things, and you know, some things we weren't supposed to do. Now, a couple of them, I don't, we don't really talk no more. You know what I'm saying? It's still love, but for the most part, you X'd out of my life. And also, a lot of the situations that I talk about in Cloth Talk happened on a particular street and at a particular house. So if you look real close at Cloth Talk, there's an outline in the house of a house in between us. Yeah, so that was actually my prom picture.
Oh, okay.
That was actually my prom picture with some guys that we did some things, and we made a couple bucks. It was so it was where I started to learn a lot of those values. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I figured, like I said, Cloth Talk is the beginning of something new for me. So I figured we had to go back to the beginning then.
I feel that. That wraps this up. Do you got anything you want to plug?
Man, go get Cloth Talk. It's out on all streaming platforms. Salt of the Earth is coming soon.
Is that gonna be a single or a project?
Next project, Salt of the Earth. And then I got 2 more projects. I got a project dropping before Salt of the Earth, but I can't really talk too much about it.
Gotta keep it under the wraps.
That one's under wraps, but that is a joint project. So that's coming.
To that.
That's coming first, and then we got Salt of the Earth coming, and then I got another project that I'm working on now. I'm in between 2 titles right now, but when I get the title, when I figure out what the title is and the cover, you guys definitely will know for sure.
For anyone watching on YouTube and Facebook, all of Young Reese Dude's links will be in the description. His YouTube channel, his Spotify, his Apple, and his Instagram page. Be sure to check him out on all platforms. He's an amazing artist, amazing MC. You've been a great guest, man.
Man, I appreciate you for having me, man. I'm glad we was able to make it happen, Brody.
Oh, me too, bro.
All right, man.
All right. Appreciate you.
You know it.